was the last car blessed by Enzo Ferrari. You know, Enzo got a little testy during the 80s. Customers complained that Ferraris were getting kind of soft and too comfortable, and he wanted to build a machine that was just an out-and-out racing car for the street, a car to compete with the 959 Porsche, which was coming out about the same time, a Spartan car, which was just about nothing but performance. No leather trim, none of that. Just something that was about going fast and handling and being the ultimate Ferrari. And I think it was the first car, I believe, to be certified at over 200 miles an hour. The first actual road car that would go 200. Because the Countachs and everything else in that period, they go to 188, 193. But this is the first one which actually went over 200 miles an hour. This one belongs to our good friend David Lee. He's been kind enough to bring other Ferraris here. David, come on in. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back.
Thank you, Dave.
This is the car that really does it for a lot of Ferrari guys. You know, this is the last Enzo blessed ultimate performance car, and it was built to be the ultimate performance car of the late 80s and early 90s. What, 87 was the first one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And they went to what, about 92? 92, okay. Ultimately, they were going to build, I think, only 400 of these, but they wound up building, what, 13, 11, okay, very. Which is unusual for Ferrari, because, I mean, to build twice as many cars, almost 3 times as many cars as they said they were going to build.
Right.
That's interesting. Did they not think there would be the demand for it, or what?
Well, like you said, the previous ones were like 2-something, 3-something, right?
Right.
Even after it was like 2-something, 3. This particular one, I guess, like you said, Enzo was last. He wanted one that more people could drive.
Right.
Would have, so he maybe made a call.
And it's hard to believe this car is 27 years old, literally. You know, the interesting thing is, this car sold at the time for the unheard of price of $400,000.
Oh,
now
no.
you're barely in the club now.
Yeah.
But to buy it now, when you buy a car like this now, you either you can have the car or you get socks. You can't have both, the Ferrari and socks. That's how much money it takes. Most Ferrari guys have no socks. All the money goes into
everything goes into money. Yeah,
that's
you're
right.
right.
I'm saying the socks are that extra couple of bucks.
Exactly.
But this is like one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's a really good quality one. These I saw this kind of quality fetch you anywhere from 1.8 to 2 million right now.
Yeah. And you know, it's interesting because the build quality of Ferrari back at this period was not that good. I mean, the engines, transmissions, obviously the powertrain, all that was fantastic. But you know, when Honda built the NSX, their idea was to build a car with Honda reliability, supercar performance. Because back in the 80s and 90s, reliability, they didn't, you know, you just wanted that car, you didn't care, you make it. Now people won't sit for that anymore. Now you've got to have both. And Ferrari now comes with what, a 7-year?
7-year
warranty on everything, which is pretty amazing. What was the warranty on this one as new? Any idea? It couldn't have been more than 90 days.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
But
definitely.
But this was the one everybody, maybe it's safe to say, started the real collector craze. Because after Ferrari died, all of these ones just went through the roof. Because this was the last one he, who blessed, put his own hand on. So what's it like to own? Is it disappointing? Is it more than you thought? Is it exciting?
You know, it's everything that everybody says. You know, it drives, even nowadays, you know, we all have the new performance car. This one still drives really exciting. And it's still, you know, and you have to keep your attention on it because it doesn't have all the computers to help you. It's really you and the car. And I have lucky to have an air conditioning because there's obviously nothing else. There's no compartment, no radio.
Air conditioning was standard on these.
Yes, it was. It was. But so you need that. But everything else, there's, you know, you have to roll the windows. There's no door handles.
Oh, you have to roll. Oh my God. You really have to actually go. Oh, I had no idea, David. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you have to go like this.
You gotta go like that, right?
Oh God, what a horrible. And then you have to reach over and go like this on the other one.
That's right.
Oh God, it's so.
So yeah, they made it to try to, you know, to that 3,000 pound, try to keep it like that. But.
And I know when they originally came out, they were like 2,500 pounds.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have glass here. The original had the dopey sliding plastic window, which is, I think, a little too much for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have, whereas this, and it's a good looking car.
It really is. They did a great job.
And it's classic Ferrari in that the chassis is nothing special. It's a tube type. I remember Gordon Murray, the famous race car designer, kind of complaining that, with the exception of the engine and the powertrain, the technology of the chassis was just old school Ferrari, you know, the way they always built them. So it's kind of the last of that era with a proper, and of course, there's nothing more beautiful than the gated Ferrari shifter. I mean, to me, that really makes the
That's
car.
like the favorite part. Yeah.
And it shows you how far we've come in 26, 27 years. This car did 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds, which at the time was a record. I mean, nobody was going that fast. Now we're in the mid twos with these new Ferraris and stuff. But still, there's nothing as visceral as this car. So that we have a 2.9 liter V8 with twin turbos, correct? And we're making what, 478 horsepower?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Moving maybe a shade less than 3,000 pounds. That's pretty quick. And nobody had a window like this.
Yeah, the Lexan window. This is a very clear one too, but usually it's turns yellow. But yeah, this is nobody had that.
To get the heat out of it, exactly. But I used to read that people could drive for about an hour and go, okay, that's it. Because it's a lot of work, isn't it? Yeah. Because you got to go like this.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's this car is really special. You know, the way that Ferrari designed it, it looks like it's going 200 miles standing still.
Exactly.
They had the carbon fiber, Kevlar, and aluminum to do the chassis and the top. So it's really a fantastic.
In 1990, technology-wise, was a long time ago. I mean, it really is when you think about it. I mean, at my age, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it really is, because Kevlar was just coming in. There was no telemetry to computers talking to one another. And I have to admit, I always love a non-airbag steering wheel. I know it's not as safe, but it's just sexier looking with the Ferrari emblem dead center in the middle there. And nothing in the car you don't need. There's no sound deadening. I mean, Ferrari went to the limit to make this weigh as little as possible, correct? Yeah. And boy, they did it. Can we open it up a little bit? See what it looks like? Let's open the front first and see what's there. These are keyed, I see, so
nobody can rip off those. Whatever it is in there.
there's no spare tire, there's no jack, right? None of that. Okay. Actually, pretty good sized luggage compartment compared to some of the modern supercars. It looks small now. My McLaren F1, maybe you got a pack of cigarettes in there. But pretty clean up front. Look at I mean, nowadays you'd be packed with all sorts of computers and all kinds of, but pretty clean. You got your radiator there with your twin cooling fans. What else we got? Is there an oil cooler in front? I can't see.
I don't believe so.
Okay.
So I know rack and pinion, right?
Yeah.
Wishbone, suspension.
What is it? Is this here? Oh, that's it. Yeah. And you notice you have your air intake here, which connects to here, and of course, which helps to cool the brakes. Of course, this is before there were carbon ceramic brakes or any of that, right? There's steel rotors on this, which actually work well. Sure. Yeah, especially for street use. I don't think many people actually raced these, did they? This is built as a race car for the street.
Yeah, right. That's what it is.
Let's take a look at the engine compartment.
Okay, hold on, let's reset. Let's try to move on.